Alright guys, welcome to episode 12, right? Is it 12? Are we up to 12?
I think so.
Fucking hell, yeah.
We're going to have a very short podcast this week. We'll probably do a minute and then...
If that. If that.
No, we're struggling this week, aren't we?
No, it's alright. It's alright. So I think once we get going...
Once we get going, it's fine. It's just... Sometimes it just feels...
Yeah.
Like you got to show up last week.
Yeah.
Like when you feel like you did a good last week.
Yeah.
And then you want to do just as good and have the same energy.
Yeah.
But sometimes shit changes, man.
That's it.
I mean...
Oh, well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So sometimes you get a nice steak dinner. Sometimes you get a fucking cheeseburger. So, you know, this is the cheeseburger of our episodes.
It's good and short, man.
Yeah.
Actually, no. What's the other? Shit, but...
What?
Long? I don't know. Fuck
Shit
that.
but long.
Said she.
Huh?
She said.
Oh, that's what she said.
I don't know, bro.
What about?
Let's start.
Okay. All right. Episode 12.
Yeah, it's who knows, mate. This is gonna be. Might not even put this one out.
Oh, we'll see.
No, I'm kidding. We have to. We have no choice, don't we?
Fucking no one listens to it anyway. Who cares?
Yeah, this is gonna be one of those ones they skip over. It seems like there's always there's one out of 3 episodes that someone listens to, and then the other 2 no one looks at.
Oh,
So I think we have a 2% watch rate.
Oh well.
Anyway,
It's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Anyway, just quickly though, just to get us flowing, you just showed me a very funny video of our main man Brendan Sharp rolling with Cyborg.
Yes.
So
for
Sharp's
those
a good
who
guy.
don't know who Brendan is, do you want to quickly...
He's an ex MMA fighter. He now does podcasting. He has actually 2 awesome podcasts with Brian Callen and Theo Von.
Mm-hmm.
King and the Sting and The Fighter and the Kid.
Mm-hmm.
He's a cool dude. Very
he's a nice
awesome
guy.
podcaster.
He's a nice guy.
But what the fuck? What's going on in this match?
It's
bro?
the worst jiu-jitsu match you'll...
It's it's half an hour and maybe 35 minutes.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens,
He
man.
just keeps pushing the other guy. Just keeps pushing the other guy. Doesn't engage at all. Doesn't...
In a jiu-jitsu exhibition match, which that was, you want to put some spunk on the shit. Even if you get submitted, he's like, oh, win's a win. I'm like, bro, there's no record in this shit. It's like, this is an exhibition match. You're trying to raise, you're trying to get people to come check your shit out, maybe raise some money. I don't know. And then...
I'd rather lose with honor than
get totally smashed and be like, I was part of that sick flying triangle. Holy shit. But that was the most depressing thing we've ever watched.
Yeah,
and again, we're not shitting on him.
No. But that was a shit match.
Even as white belts who do jiu-jitsu, we know we want to see a bit more than that.
We can do more than that. Not even kidding, we can do more than that.
We can get submitted quicker, but I reckon we could do it more spectacularly than that. Fuck me.
Well, we'll actually put in a bit more effort, I reckon.
Well, you gotta
respect the fans that are there, paid a lot of money to watch these people fight, and
that's what I've been most nervous about.
And respecting your opponent as well, if
give them a test.
I don't know. I feel like that's very disrespectful. If you're there for a match and you're just not engaging.
Yeah, what's
the point of you being here?
Would you compete?
Me, myself,
yeah,
and I. I don't know. I have been thinking about that lately. I have been thinking about that. I think I would want to try. I would want to try.
Yes.
I wouldn't care if I lose.
Yeah, of course.
I wouldn't go in there, all right, I'm going to fucking win. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But I'd want to sort of test out that environment just to see what it feels like. I would want to experience it at least once.
Would you do it now or would you wait till blue belt?
No, I'd be keen to do whenever, to be honest.
Shit, man.
I mean, it's just again, I know, I'm not saying I'm good or anything. I know I'd get my ass kicked for sure. But I think it'd be...
you might win.
No, I doubt it. I doubt it.
Well, if you're versing other people the same belt level as you, what's the difference?
Yeah, that's true.
You just will run it into ultra competitive people.
Yeah.
That are going to go really, really, really hard.
And that's why I don't know if
I'm
I'm ready. Yeah, because our gym is very, very relaxed and not really into that.
We're not so much set on going as hard as you can every night.
Where I know other gyms
because I actually watched the recent video on this gym in New York. I can't remember what the gym was called, but it's the Meow Brothers are there. I don't know if you know them. And all these other really top level dudes. And their whole mantra is train as hard as you can every roll, every day. And they legit training as hard as they can every day. And it's like, if one of the guys was like, if you don't go 100%, what's the point?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, because you might die.
It'd be hard to simulate.
Bro, I get injured once every 2 weeks. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how, I don't know how the fuck these guys go. Maybe they just get the injuries and they just keep going.
Yeah, probably.
But it was insane. I was like, yeah, we think we train hard as if, you know what I mean?
That's why, like, I'm saying,
it'd be guys like that.
Yeah, it'd be hard to simulate that kind of environment, that kind of matchup, unless you're actually there. You know what I mean?
That's why I want to wait until I get the blue belt, because you do that exam in front of everybody. You see how you feel, because some people really don't do well under pressure.
Yeah, that's true.
And when you're competing, there are going to be lots of people watching. Yeah, you do see that in people. Like, they just suddenly get a bit flustered and fall apart. Some people, it's so easy. Like, whatever, people are watching, I don't give a shit. And yeah, I think you need to just test it out at least once before you go. I mean, you could just jump straight into competing, but then you probably would get whooped because you'd be nervous. You wouldn't really know how anything goes.
No.
Everyone's going to be different, rolling at different, you know. But definitely,
you don't know people's strengths and weaknesses.
Competing would be great, but I think here in Australia, do we have like a big competing, like a big
Not
jiu-jitsu?
that big, but there are tournaments. There are tournaments in Brisbane.
We should do it one day.
Yeah, we should.
Do it. And then we should go to Brazil and go train.
Brazil, yeah. We have to go to Brazil. We have to go to Brazil.
We'll do it. We'll do a trip one day.
Fuck yeah. Once it's COVID.
Go train for like 6 months.
That'd be sick.
That'd be nuts, bro.
That'd be sick.
Go get our black belts.
Yeah, sure. Black belts in 6 months.
All right. Well, let's just hop into this, just because, you know, it'd probably give us a bit more to go on.
Yep.
And do you want to start?
I feel like you should.
I should start?
Yeah, well, because I started the last few.
True. All right,
I mean, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. So my little thing I wanted to look at, because you kind of sparked it last week, was like things on the human body, kind of like... I wonder if you guys can hear that.
Fucking truck,
I wonder if you guys can hear that. That is the loudest truck. It came past before and I thought we're good.
I know. He was going down, now he's going up.
He knows, man. Look at him looking. He's like, he's waving at us. Hey, mate. It's like...
Maybe he's listening to us.
Live?
And he knows, like...
He's listening to the last one?
Yeah. And he knows, like, oh
exactly
shit, they're talking about me.
Great. Jesus, listen to him go.
Alright, so yes.
So
what you were saying
so last week with the human body and everything. Sparked my curiosity with the human body, and just because, you know, the anatomy is pretty fascinating. I like all kind of science, biology, anatomy, whatever the fuck. It's all pretty interesting once you get into it. So I just looked at a few things. I haven't got heaps because I didn't want to go overboard and have like just facts and it's all learning and all that stuff, because that's, you know, that can kind of get a bit too serious and a bit too boring sometimes. But my first little thing is your brain can generate electricity, legit electricity, and it apparently can generate enough to power like a small LED light bulb, so quite a low, you know, low watt, but it could still, you stab that shit into your brain, light up.
Does it light up regardless if you have an idea or not? Or does it only light up when you have an idea? You know this. You
want to try?
Yeah, we can try it on you.
Stick it in your fucking head, mate.
So what? It actually produces what? Well, I guess
it generates so while you're awake,
you get electrical pulses, right?
While you're awake, they can monitor the human brain, and it's said to generate around 15 to 25 watts. Damn. It's very low, but it's still enough to power like a low LED light, right? Because I mean, that is 15 to 25 watts is quite low. Yeah. But still. Your brain generates electricity. Something just like a little fleshy mass in your head can generate what fucking coal factories have to work hard to keep our lights on. You know what I mean?
That is.
Imagine if you just harvested a few brains, man. You know, started the new age, non-pollutant, you know, electricity factory. Yeah. Brain factory.
Maybe that's what they are now.
Dude, I should have done the maths. How many brains? How many brains would you need at 15 to 25 watts to light up a city block?
Yeah, we should have done that. That would have been interesting.
Well, how much does a fucking? I wanna look this actually. You got a phone? You got your phone?
Yeah.
Look up what the like what a normal power output of a power plant is.
Power output.
And I've got a few little bonus ones as well. I got a few little bonus facts and stuff just that I thought were very interesting. It was very late when I was looking these up, so I was tired. You know, when you're tired, you find stuff interesting that are just so random. So some of my stuff doesn't even link into my human stuff, but it all works out. Anyway, I'll give the next one, also linking to the brain. You know how we love to do that little myth that it's like, you know, humans only use about 10% of their brain?
Yes, that's bullshit, right?
Yeah. We use like 90 to 100%.
Everyone thought of that because of that movie Lucy.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, if we could use
100%,
even if we could use 10% more, but you could levitate shit. It's like, well, sorry to burst your bubble, but we use most of our brain.
Yeah.
Even when you're asleep, we use like 85-90% of our brain.
Yeah.
Which
is pretty cool.
I'm the biggest culprit. I used to say that all the time. Yeah, dude, we only use like 10% of our brain, man. Like, imagine if we could use 50, we'd fucking lift cars and shit. It'd be crazy. You could throw stuff with your brain, telekinesis. Everyone's like, wow, yeah, it's so true.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, sorry. Your brain's pretty okay. You use most of your brain. Yeah.
Even when you're, like you said, even when you're sleeping.
I think it would be majorly inefficient if you only use 10% of your brain. Why do you have all the rest of your brain? That would be my first like argument straight up. If I did no research. Oh, you know, it's from a long lost evolution cycle. It's like, no, we use all our brain. Yeah, which is depressing now because I thought we could unlock the mysteries of our 90% missing.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that your brain can't evolve.
It's definitely
because our brain size doubled once we discovered cooking meat
mushrooms.
And shit. Right?
Oh yeah, meat, right.
I mean, yeah, mushrooms too.
Yeah. Okay. One thing though, also, I'm gonna go a bit off topic here. I thought this. So, on the topic of evolution, if we live for another, let's say 10,000 years, and we're still just kicking it around like this, you know, doing whatever, we haven't really gone too far. We've done cool things, but we haven't got like flying cars or anything yet. Whatever. Chimpanzees or apes or whatever monkey's closest to us right now, they're discovering tools right now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Are they gonna figure out how a gun works and make some weapon or something, and then we're gonna be at war with the new evolved primates? Imagine that. In 10,000 years, we're still here, but then all of a sudden we're not the... Kind of like Planet of the Apes, how they kind of evolved to be able to like think and speak and kind of stuff like that. Imagine if that happens.
That would be... Yeah.
And then the globe's just at war, chimpanzee versus human. And Joe Rogan, you know him, he'd defect. He'd go straight over. I am your lord now.
Like, he'll get the fucking like chimp master in the podcast or something and like do an interview. But yeah, I think that can happen because they are what they're saying. What they're at like
Stone Age.
Stone Age. Yeah.
So give 10,000 years.
They'll be in cave.
And we're all like, you know, right now, let's say they're not a threat to us, but then 10,000 years we might advance so much and we laser guns and shit, but then they become a threat because, you know, suddenly, I mean, they're effectively like us.
Maybe
they war and do all, you know, kill each other and do horrible shit like that. Why wouldn't they see us and go, oh, okay, time to take over? Planet of the Apes style.
Maybe they'll evolve even quicker than how we've evolved because we're here and they see it, and because we give them the tools, they see us and they can observe.
We skip a huge gap, like let's say we give them fire early or something, and they're just like, they figure out how to cook shit straight away. They get even bigger and stronger than they already fucking are. Goddamn chimpanzees. And then they've developed tools. One of them gets a hand on an AK-47. And he's like, whoa, and he becomes the Lord. And then they run around the streets fighting with Antifa. Like, da, 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 you know what I mean?
Yeah, but humans will just gas them. Like, humans are pretty, you know, they don't give a fuck about anything.
But I feel like that could be a thing. Like, we're the only ones right now that are so evolved.
Oh, for sure.
But then give it 10,000 years, are we going to be the only ones now? If the aliens don't get here first and just, you know, whip us into shape like a bunch of bad children.
Or was there something before us that we sort of...
Yeah, the Egyptians.
Observed and... No, like...
Oh, like way early. And that was our giant leap?
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Like, take these mushrooms, man. This will really open your mind. We do like, whoa, shit.
Flying through space.
Legit, I figured it out.
That's it.
Fire, you know what I mean? Cook the meat on the fire. And that's pretty crazy. Okay, another one. Linking into another thing you said last week about, like, organs can wrap around the planet.
Yes. Was that real?
No, that's garbage.
No. Okay.
But... Because I literally looked that up and I couldn't find anything about that. It was like how long, like there was no, like I couldn't, no matter how much like how differently I worded the sentence.
Yeah.
There was never like how long are your organs put together. Yeah. It was like how long's your liver, how long's your heart. I'm like, no, how long are your intestines? And it's like the intestines are several meters long, definitely not. Anyway, the nerves, as in like all the nerves in your nervous system in your body, there's fuckloads of it. 75 kilometers long.
Damn.
In one body. I would say give or take size, obviously. If you got someone like Shaquille O'Neal and then someone like you, it's going to be a different. Maybe Shaquille's like 100 kilometers and you're 75, you know, 72, whatever. But that's pretty crazy. 75 kilometers is a long ass way.
Fuck yeah.
Don't know what that is for Americans.
35 miles.
Really?
40 miles. I don't know.
45 miles. I don't know what the difference is anyway.
I don't know. I'm just talking shit.
And then I wrote here, link to Khan's organ length around the world. And I couldn't find anything, so I was like, cross that off. I couldn't find it. But yeah, when you told me that, I was like, that sounds pretty insane. The world's a big place, bro. And then the longest thing I could find in the body was the nerves, 75 kilometers.
Okay, yeah.
Still pretty long though. But the nerves are like micro.
Yeah,
they're so tiny. Bonus. I'm just flying through this.
Bonus
because
or bones?
Bonus. No bones.
Okay.
The speed of your sneeze is around 140 kilometers per hour.
140 kilometers per hour.
Around that, yeah. And then I wrote in brackets, how do you measure this? So I looked it up, and it's just some dude, some nerdy science guy, and he's just like made his lips wet, so when he sneezes against like a plaque or something, it shows how fast it shoots past the thing.
Damn, that's pretty fast.
140 kilometers per hour. Because, dude, sometimes when I sneeze, it's an intense experience.
Yeah.
140
like
kilometers per hour. You're shooting out. You're like cannon of pressure. Oof. Anyway, bonus little thing there. Another bonus thing. Ancient Egypt. They found honey jars in like pyramids and places and wherever in ancient Egypt. Whatever, 10,000 years old, right?
And honey's still good.
Honey's good.
Yeah, honey
will stay good forever. Which
honey
is pretty crazy to me.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome because, I mean, that's I think one of the things was that some guy found it and they estimated it like 10,000 years old and the dude ate the jar. He was like, yum.
Yeah, I think it's like
cool.
I think honey is like the only thing that doesn't have an expiration date or something, expiry date.
Can you then prolong the life of other things with honey? I'm curious about that. Because I know there's all different methods, like obviously like salting or drying out meats or something, or like freezing stuff. But I wonder if honey could be used as a preservative. Because nowadays we don't even know what a preservative is, do we? Half the shit they put in stuff, you don't know what the fuck it is.
Chemicals, yeah.
You know what I mean? To keep your bread.
It will probably cost too much. Even if they could, it will probably cost too much to like on a big scale.
Honey.
Yeah.
They already pump it out in massive amounts. Poor bees.
Yeah, but it's easier to just do a thing on the science lab. You know what I mean? And just produce.
Anyway, we know if the coronavirus really takes over hard.
Have honey.
We've got the honey. We've got the honey.
That's it.
And we can eat honey.
That's it. Honey's good for you.
No,
not too much.
I mean.
Oh,
she's going to be first thing, bro.
Okay. Oh, okay. You're talking about that, honey.
She's getting nice and fat at the moment, so I'm thinking, nice and juicy. If it really falls apart, we'll just eat her bit by bit.
That's it.
Another crazy fact I came across. So these are more like not as in-depth as last week, but they're still just things I ran across that I thought were interesting to bring. Octopi, an octopus, a singular creature, has 9 brains.
9 brains.
3 hearts, and blue blood. In brackets, definitely an alien. Blue blood, 9 brains and 3 hearts. 9 brains.
Yeah.
How many brains do you have, bro? I have like half a fucking brain. And they can fit through holes. Like,
yes, I know.
10% of their body size. It's insanity. These things are for sure.
They change color. They fucking adapt to their
Forget chimps. Yeah. Chimpanzees, monkeys, octopus, octopi, the octopus army. They're gonna be our new overlords. I guarantee you anything. If you have 9 brains, okay. First, we'll get into it. Okay, 2 hearts for the gills. So like obviously 1 each side. I think 1 for everything else that pumps the rest of the body. 1 central brain in the head, I guess, and 1 smaller at the base of each arm.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So its arms has like a little control center brain. They can all move completely individually.
Wow.
So it's not like it figures out where to put each tentacle. It's like each tentacle moves almost independently from any other brain.
And then you've got the one master brain that sort of oversees everything.
Imagine if you had like a PlayStation controller and it had 9 analog sticks.
Wow.
That's literally how it would work. Because if it's all individual, if you got one central brain that
Yeah.
moves all your limbs like we do,
Yeah.
okay, more easy to coordinate. But then if you've got
If you had a brain that moves this arm on its own,
and
then this arm
your
on-
central brain has to keep track of this one,
Yeah.
and they're all doing their own thing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty nuts to me, man.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
It's like instead of having one general, like you still have that general there.
How
but then
is
you've
how
got-
is that a creature that exists in our world?
Yeah, that's
and then we're
crazy.
here thinking we're the OG. We're so impressive with our single brain and one dick. And
well, I mean,
octopus
but we
probably
can
have-
use our brain better than them, even
you
though
sure?
they have 9 brains.
They just don't have thumbs, bro. If they had thumbs, we'd be fucked. Yeah? Can you squeeze through all that big?
No. Can that motherfucker make a phone call? No.
He doesn't need to make a phone call. He'll suck your face off, alien style, right?
True. I guess, yeah, depending, like, you know, their environment is completely different. They don't need to have fingers and thumbs or whatever.
Yeah, I
but
guess
they
that-
are very clever. There are a lot of ocean creatures that are fucking clever, like dolphins. Dolphins are fucking smart.
But that's
so-
still
But that is insane for them to have 9 brains.
9.
So, like, if you chop off some of the brains, it still lives, right? You gotta stab.
if you
an
chop off
octopus
an
in the
arm,
head,
does
right?
the arm keep rolling around,
I don't know.
crawling away?
Does it grow back? I don't
What
know.
animal is it that they do grow back? Oh no, that's a liver. Sorry, that's not an animal.
Well,
if
some,
you
like,
chop your liver in
worms and
half,
shit, like,
I think
well, lizards grow.
lizards
tail
grow
back.
their tail back. I know
Yeah.
that. But did you know? Most people probably listening do know this. We just don't.
Yeah.
You do.
What?
The liver, if you like chop it in half, the half that you chopped off will grow back off the other piece.
Oh, really?
Yes, so that's
What,
why
human liver?
that's why liver transplants are so easy to do.
Oh, I didn't
So
know.
someone could have need an organ replacement, and I'm donating the organ, and they chop off 80% of my liver, and give it to this whoever, and it fits into the body and grows and everything. Mine, that 80% just grows back
Wow.
after a few, whatever. Isn't that crazy though?
Yeah, that is crazy.
Just grows back.
That is crazy.
Because I don't think any other organ does that.
So is that your brain telling your organ to do that?
I don't know.
Or is your organ
just doing that naturally?
just doing it on its own?
I don't know, but in the organ transplant, if that guy's got half and it's not doing too well,
Yeah.
and he needs your half and you donate your half, and they can stick them together, and it will fuse into one liver, and it will get healthy again. I think that's how it works, but that's still pretty crazy.
That is very crazy, yeah.
And they're always doing stem cell therapy with placenta cells, right? That's the method. Why don't they do it with? I'm not a scientist. We know this. Why don't they do it with the liver cells? Regrowth? It replaces itself? Why the fuck don't you use whatever's in that? They probably do, actually. If I thought about it, they definitely thought about
that's
it.
true. But I have to I want to look into
shit.
that, actually. That's interesting, yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well,
Did
that's
not know
pretty
that.
wild on its own.
Yeah.
Because I don't know any other organs that do that.
Yeah.
But I know the liver does that. It can regrow most of itself back.
Yeah. Imagine if you could regrow any body part, like your leg gets chopped off and then you can just grow it again.
Then how scared of anything would you be? You wouldn't be.
I mean, it's still painful.
Yeah, but imagine how used to pain you'd get if you had your leg chopped off 5 times.
But why
in a
would you
week.
get your leg chopped off 5 times?
Oh, I don't know. You're just doing stupid shit.
Okay, so let's say I can guarantee you can grow your leg if I cut it off. Would you be like, yeah, sure, cut it off? No.
I don't know. If I knew it was going to grow back and be exactly the same, I'd probably be like, yeah, bro, let's do it.
You're a fucking idiot.
What's going to happen? You
What do
just
you mean
chop it off.
It's gonna hurt like hell.
Pain's fuck all, bro.
Oh, alright, mate. All right.
If my leg's gone, I ain't letting you cut my leg off.
Just with a knife, but.
What, you're going to saw it off?
I'm gonna get through
fork in
that
me.
bone.
You get the fork in the calf and just start
that's
sawing
it,
away.
Yeah. You'd be cool with that?
I'd probably pass out, so yeah.
I wouldn't.
You're such a bitch. God, man.
Why would I? I have my leg already. Why would I let you cut it off to regrow it again?
Because it'd be a great step in medical science.
No, fuck medical science.
You could grow back your leg.
Fuck that.
You're the lizard man. You grow back your leg.
No.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, maybe it'll grow longer. Or
And then you got one fucked up leg and you have to chop the other
One's
one off.
longer, one's shorter.
You have to chop the other one off. Yeah, every time you chop your leg, it grows by 10 centimeters when it grows back.
Yeah.
You could totally do that, man.
Chop your dick off.
I
Yeah.
don't think it works like that. I think it works differently with that way. Anyway.
All right. Do you have anything else?
I have one more.
Yeah, that's good because I got.
No, I have two more. Oh, fuck.
Oh, good.
Look at that.
Keep
I did
going.
so much work this
Keep
week.
going. That's it.
So, because I'm on the flow of shitting on all the stuff you brought last week, you know, some of the stuff you brought wasn't very great. You know, your organs can't wrap around that. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I did actually find the strongest creature alive. It's not a dung beetle.
Fuck off. Body to weight, it is. Yeah, it is.
I found something a bit different.
What? What is it?
It's still a creature. It's an organism, right?
Okay. You're gonna take this to like a microscopic level or something?
Yeah.
But I did animals.
This is still an animal, bro. It's an organism.
Is it?
Depends how far we want to get. Anyway, living creature. Let's say that.
Yeah.
The strongest organism in existence is the gonorrhea bacterium.
Okay, so it's not an animal.
I don't know. They did say it was. It's a creature.
It's a bacteria.
It's alive and it works.
Yeah, it's alive, but it's not an animal. So technically, I'm still right. You're right
it's not
too.
a dung
but
beetle,
it's
is it? Oh, a dung beetle and gonorrhea can team up.
All right, okay.
Anyways, so it can pull with a force equal to 100,000 times their body weight.
Damn.
So they don't necessarily like a dung beetle can like kind of lift or push or whatever. These things like latch on with these little tendrils called pili or pili, and they like pull themselves towards the cell and infect it and shit like that. Nasty stuff like that. This would equal, if a human were to do it, an average human could drag 1 million kilos.
Not bad, eh?
So that's the kind of like comparison you could draw.
Damn.
If I just grabbed a rope and on the end of the rope was 10 million kilos and just like, you know?
Damn.
So it's a strong little thing. I don't know how this fucking shit works, but I'm sure it's very different because it's not like its environment is probably very different as well. It's not out in the open. It's fucking inside your body. It's probably a bit, but still 100,000 times their own body weight, and they probably weigh like
nothing
millionth of a gram or something, right?
Yeah.
So, and this is interesting because I wrote this down because I have no idea what gonorrhea looks like, but it says the bacteria produce the filaments called the pili, which I was saying, these are 100 times longer than they are wide and up to 10 times longer than the bacterium. So wait, 100 times longer, right? So that's going to be this long as like gangly tendrils hanging off the thing. But then here it says up to 10 times longer than the bacterium. So sorry, wide. So 100 times wider, but then only 10 times longer. 100 times and then 10. You know what I mean? That's a very big difference. So the thing's going to be like, that's pretty odd to me. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Oh, you didn't get it too?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, we'll skip that. Gonorrhea is the strongest. I don't know, because I can't explain that. That makes sense to me.
So say it again.
It says here.
Yeah.
So these little filaments called pili that it grabs onto the shit with. It says here. So these are 100 times longer than they are wide.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? And then up to 10 times longer than the bacterium. Which maybe that's a bit confusing, but kind of get that.
So the things that it uses to grab shit is actually longer than itself.
The thing's tiny, but then these pili are like huge.
Yeah, I get it.
Crazy huge, and that's probably why it can pull so much because these things are like massive.
Yeah.
But yeah, so gonorrhea and the dung beetle, they win the contest. Obviously in different realms, I guess. But
both are tiny.
Organism, I guess animal, they are a bit different. Anyway. Last one, I'm just going to do my last one. This is literally was just for me, this little fact here, because I love biology. But I didn't know if you knew this, so I was just going to say it anyway. At least half of the Earth's oxygen comes from the ocean. Most of us know that.
I didn't know that.
Not from trees.
I didn't know that.
Okay, so these things called phytoplankton are like the things that oxygenated our atmosphere before anything else.
Yes.
Before trees came around or anything, right? And they obviously use the same as a tree would, like photosynthesis, where the sun hits the tree or the plant turns the sun into food, and then that into oxygen, like energy to produce the oxygen, right? That's how phytoplankton work, the same thing. But these guys have been around forever, and they produce half or a bit more than the whole Earth's oxygen-rich atmosphere that we have today, not trees. Not saying we should get rid of all trees. Don't do that. All the logging companies are like, yes, let's sponsor this episode. No, let's not do that. But phytoplankton, cool. And they float just like almost near this, not near the surface, but closer to the surface than deep in the ocean. And they just float around with the current, and they just photosynthesize all the way to fucking oxygenating the place up.
I guess that's what
which is
led
pretty cool.
to the animal kingdom, right?
Yeah, phytoplankton are like the most important. They're like the baseline of biology. They're the things that make everything run. You know.
So I guess then that would have, with that releasing oxygen, then that would have created the atmosphere.
Yes.
And then the clouds and then
and
the rain.
I don't know if you remember when we were talking about Mars, I was talking about putting these guys on the planet
yes.
and seeing what would happen. But I don't know if they can survive without water. Like, I think they do need water as well. And it would be a process, but it's like these guys can oxygenize an atmosphere. Because the Earth would have been how do you say it? Inhabitable to us at one point. No, it's atmosphere, no oxygen. Yeah. These guys created that, you know?
Yeah, it was all volcanic.
So that's why I'm curious if scientists do look at that, or if there's just a thing I don't know about that just makes that not possible for them to put those guys on the planet to be like, let's give it in 50,000 years, the planet's good to live on, because that's how long it'd probably fucking take. Yeah, if not longer.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Kind of.
That's pretty cool.
This is a struggling episode.
Yeah, I know. Well, mine's even worse. So.
Oh, well, that's good. You know, we can really crash and burn into the end.
Let's
get into it.
So look, I haven't done too much. Everything I started writing down, I'm like, no, it's gonna be stupid. No, I wasn't happy with it. So I'll just go with the two random shit that I wrote down. So the question, first of all, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever stayed at a hotel or like somewhere you've never stayed before and not have a good sleep?
Yeah. Yeah.
We've all had
At
that,
least
right?
the first night is always shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So apparently there's a science behind that. So when you're in an environment you haven't been before, even if you think you're safe, your brain is always, what if? It's always thinking, what if we've never been here? Anything can happen, right? So your brain is always in this sort of alert sort of state of mind. Like it's in that state of mind, right? So it's always looking out for things. So even when you're trying to sleep, when you're trying to relax, doesn't matter how tired you are, that's why you'll never get a very good night's sleep at a place you're staying for the first time.
Because your brain's not sure if you're safe.
Because your brain's not sure. Because it's trying to like, okay, are we actually safe?
Yeah, that makes total sense, bro.
So some animals also do this, like their brains, right? And, you know, the animals that I mentioned earlier, dolphins. Those guys are fucking very, 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 very smart. So turns out dolphins have a similar but slightly different way of dealing with this as well. So apparently when dolphins are sleeping, they sleep with one half of their brain.
I've heard that.
So they only sleep with one half of their brain at a time. So the other half is still active.
And that's monitoring their surroundings and whatever else. Right?
Yes, and they actually keep one eye open as well when they're sleeping. So like imagine they shut one side, shut the other eye as well, but the other side is wide open. Like eyes are open, brain's awake, but it's sleeping. That's how they sleep.
That's like the ultimate survival technique.
Yeah.
Like to have half your brain asleep, like you're resting half the brain, giving that rest while the other half is trying to keep you alive. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. And apparently, you know, obviously they do this to keep an eye out, you know, for their groups and look out for predators and
what eats
sharks
dolphins? Sharks?
Yeah.
I thought sharks were scared of dolphins, or is that a myth too?
Sharks
I think I watched too many cartoons when I was a kid. The dolphins would always come and save people from sharks and shit.
No, but yeah, I just thought that was interesting, you know, because we have a similar thing like that embedded in our system as well, and then, you know,
it's just a bit far gone, isn't it? Like for us, I think we've disconnected so much from a lot of our survival what would you call these survival methods, like that for a dolphin is still as relevant as it was however long ago, because it's still in the same environment. Nothing's really changed. They might have just evolved a bit, but it's still like it's still the same environment. For us, our environment has changed so much.
As a result, we change
so quickly in even like, let's say 100 years, which isn't long for a species. Our mindset has changed like you and I have both said, someone from 100 years ago would just not understand shit They'd probably think we're aliens.
Yeah.
They'd be like, what is going on here? And we'd probably go back then and if we didn't understand, because going into the past, I think it's different, where you're like, yeah, you know it happened, yeah, but then if you're going to the future, you have no idea what's going on. So if you went back into the past, you'd probably be like, these guys are whack. Look at them dressing up in their top hat. How silly. It's like freaking 100 degrees out.
Yeah.
And they're dressed up in top hats and shit.
Everything changes, fashion.
But if you went back and didn't know
everything changes.
that any of that happened, and you see them driving around in cars like that, you'd be like, what the fuck? Did they not evolve like us? Like, you know what I mean? It'd be crazy. But yeah, we've moved away from all that kind of stuff. So poor dolphin only has to rest half his brain. I'm pretty sure my brain definitely rests because I wake up sometimes. Do you ever wake up delirious? Wake up and for like 5 seconds you don't know where the fuck you are.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
That apparently is when you're like super deep sleep, and you're so asleep that you wake up too quick and your brain switches on and it's like
what day is it?
And
where am
like,
I?
Where the fuck am I?
But we were speaking earlier as well, like how brain activity, even when you're sleeping, our brain is also working, right?
Yes.
That's pretty much
it's like the most crucial time for the brain to repair and relax.
I've actually been doing a lot of meditation recently while I'm sleeping. Like I'll chuck on a meditation thing playing in the background. All these like musics for lucid dreaming and shit like that. Holy shit, man, it fucking works. I've been doing it for a week now.
Like you go to sleep after you do that before you go to sleep? Or?
No, so you play it on your phone and you listen to it
as you're
falling asleep.
Whoa.
Yeah. I've told a few people at work and they've been trying it as well.
Have you actually lucid dreamed?
Yeah.
So how does that exactly work? Like you have control?
Yeah, you know that you're in a dream. That happened to me.
Okay, but knowing you have a dream...
It's so cool.
Yeah, but knowing you have a dream and having control... Like you're like, yeah, I'm in a dream. But then you can't do anything. Yeah, you're just still going along.
No.
Okay, so doing this stuff to me is lucid dreaming, right? Knowing you're in a dream, because I have plenty of dreams where I know that I'm in a dream, but I can't influence what my character, who I am, is doing.
Oh, I've had that before, where I realised I was in a dream and I'm like, cool, I can do whatever I want. And I could start flying.
What? Dude, I can't do that.
I was like slapping people. I'm like, oh, it's a dream.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I was at school, I was slapping my
That's
teacher.
like a video game, dude. Just going around doing whatever you want.
Apparently people who do play video games are more likely to have lucid dreams as well because... you're part of your brain.
And probably intense dreams because a lot of shit in video games is so unrealistic.
Yeah.
That like probably the stuff that goes into your psyche, your imagination is a lot more than... I don't want to offend anybody, but yeah, if you don't play video games, yikes.
Yeah.
It's a good stress reliever. I know that. Scientifically proven stress reliever. If you got anger issues, like we do, obviously, play video games. No, I'm kidding.
I don't fucking have anger issues. What do you fuck?
Yeah, no,
but video games are good.
But just before you go on, I reckon next week we do dreams.
Yeah,
that can be our topic. We'll do dreams
because
I don't know if you ever listened to Carl Jung or read his stuff more.
No, I don't know.
Check him out.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna check. He's all about lucid dreaming, bro.
Really?
He is insane. He's like the forefront lucid dreaming dude. And we should definitely do that next episode.
Yeah,
I reckon.
dreams would definitely be a fun topic.
I love dreams, right?
Other thing that I wanted to talk about, all the other shit that I don't really want to talk about, but anyways, this is just another random space fact. So the sun, right? It's been around for millions of years, 4.3 million years or something like that.
Free later.
And all the sort of the energy it emits, the light, the photons, and everything. So did you know that a photon from the Earth's core takes about 40,000 years from the core to travel from the core to the surface of the sun?
And this is like a heat molecule?
Yes. So it's generated from the core. Takes 40,000 years from the core to travel through the sun, right? To get to the outer layer. But then once it gets to there, it gets beamed into the universe, right? Out in space. And it takes 8 minutes to get to the Earth. So 40,000 years. So 40,000 years.
To get from the sun's core to the outside.
Yep.
Blasted
and then
into
once
space.
it's blasted, it takes 8 minutes to get here.
Is that because of the speed it's ejected, or is it just
I guess
the
it's
distance
just
is just so different?
I guess the density of the molecule structure of the sun.
And suddenly, once it's in space, there's no friction.
Exactly, it just fucking goes. So then, if that's the case, right, the light that we get today has been traveling for 40,000 years and it only just came out. So, like, the light that you saw 8 minutes ago was actually on a fucking... on a course, like, over 40,000 years. Just escaped 8 minutes ago.
Do you think light's alive?
I don't know.
What a weird question, but I wonder if light has... Because light gives life, but I wonder if... That's crazy, though. A little bit of light has travelled 46,000 years from the core of the sun just to fart out and come here and just kind of, like, do nothing.
Yeah. Well, not doing nothing.
You haven't even lived, like, 0.5% of the lifetime of that fucking proton.
Yeah.
And then it just soaks into your skin, and you're like, yeah.
Isn't that insane? 40,000 years and then 8 minutes. I just thought that was...
Yeah, no, I love space shit like that. But again, this is like... Because all the stuff we give on space is like reiterating how massive it all is. And it still doesn't sink in.
No, it doesn't.
Like, even though you know it's big, you just can't understand. You're like... That's why I reckon when we do commercially get out into space, it's going to change perception about everything. Once people actually look out the viewport and see Earth, and you go... Like, that's where I was born.
It's like, oh.
And now, that's where I lived my whole life, and now I'm outside of it. Like, it doesn't... Like, I'm not part of it anymore.
It's a big shock, right?
I reckon that would blow your mind so much. You'd probably pass out. You'd be like, what the fuck? And then you see the sun, and then you probably... Well, no, you... I mean, the moon would still look the same for a long time until you got closer, obviously. But then I wonder, from the moon... No, everything's too big. From the moon, you couldn't see the other planets any different. They'd still just be stars.
Yeah.
Because they're so far away, right? It's not like you get to the moon, there's Saturn. It's like, wow.
If that was the case, you would see it from here.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have been pretty cool, though, if we did have, like, other planets that were sort of fairly close. Like, you could see Saturn.
Like, you see in Star Wars how they got the two suns on, like, Tatooine or whatever it is. Yeah. Well,
that'd be pretty cool.
If we had that, it'd be normal.
Yeah.
Or if instead of being Earth, we were Jupiter and we had freaking 13 moons or whatever it is, something crazy like that.
You reckon once we get out and you know, do commercial, whatever, flights to space and whatnot, because more people are going to be exposed to it, is that going to sort of encourage more people to then dedicate their lives into the study or science?
Guarantee, because that's going to be the new...
It's just going to spark more interest, right? It's just going to...
like a cliche, but it's going to be the new frontier where it's literally like, this is now an untapped industry. You know, like, yeah, they've done the space travel, they've built the rockets to get us out there, but now it's like, this is a whole new market. If people are going to space, what can I do out there that bring, you know, what can we do? You know what I mean? It'll become the biggest market in the world. It won't be like, come get your Earth oranges. It'll be like, come get your Mars vegetables. You know what I mean? And like fucking, you know, purple and red carrots, and you just like, you know, it'll change everything.
Yeah.
Our reality is going to change once that happens. It's going to be so bizarre, like we can't even think of it right now. But I guarantee it'll change. Because right now we're confined to Earth, and I know it's sad that we just destroy this planet and then we want to leave. But it's like, I think for a long time we've as a human race want to go out to the stars and blah blah blah.
I wonder if we'll be around forever, if we can always sort of
be
like if we figure out, you know, traveling between other planets, and technology is sort of so advanced where we can just land.
Yeah, well, there's never an apocalypse movie where it just goes, everyone died at the end. It's always everyone died, but I'm still here. Yeah. You know, it's like some dickhead always survives, and he's like, true. I'm trying to find someone that we can.
There's always a hero.
Yeah, and it's like, it's never just, you know, 2027, the nukes were dropped, everyone's dead. The end. Yeah, you know, it's never like that. Movie. So I think humans are like cockroaches, will survive.
Yeah, we'll find a way. Eh?
Yeah, always. Like. No matter if we get blown back to the Stone Age, some people will survive, fart their way back up to the top, and blah blah blah. Or maybe not. Maybe if we get blown back to the Stone Age and we become equal with fucking octopuses,
or we just get wiped out, and then these chimps are the next thing.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Jesus, man. It's so much bigger than we can imagine.
It's just a cycle.
We don't matter at all. We're here talking into this microphone like it's a big deal.
No.
It's fucking, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here today, gone tomorrow.
You here listening, you're wasting your fucking time. No, I'm kidding. Well, you should be doing something else.
We're wasting our time.
No, this is... What else are you going to do in the time that we got here?
Yeah, that's
It's not long.
That's it.
It feels like a long time, but it's not.
Mm.
Anyway, what's your next thing?
I don't have a next thing.
Oh, shit.
I wrote a bit about the bushfires in California at the moment. Obviously, it's very sad what's going on over there.
Well, when was the last time they had that? Because there was like maybe a year ago. They were having the same fires, like really bad fires. Mm. And it's just, I mean, like most of it's arsonists, right? Like they set some bullshit on fire and then it just goes out of control. Burns down thousands of homes, kills people.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that insane?
There's like 34 people dead and 3.3 million acres destroyed.
Imagine living in America right now with all the chaos and then bushfires added on top of that.
It's too much, man.
You'd be like, this is literally like the rapture. It's fucking everything's burning to shit. Everyone's gone mad.
Shootings,
Joe Rogan
protests.
moved to Texas.
Yeah. Studios a toaster.
You really don't like. You don't really don't.
I don't. I can't watch it. Like I can't.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Like I don't know. They just look all different. It just looks.
You got very used to his old studio setup. How it was nice and like.
But it's too red. Like it literally hurts my eyes. I can't.
Well, do you actually think it's actually in a spaceship?
Well, it looks like a spaceship.
It does, doesn't it?
It looks like a spaceship.
I was confused about it because I thought because you know his new thumbnails are all. Red. I'm like, oh, it's just like his intermission studio. Is he waiting to get all the stuff in? But then you told me that's he's doing.
It. And you look at the comments. Everyone's talking about how bad the new studio. I don't like it. Like everyone, every comment is about this. Shit.
I don't. Well, I've only watched one video, and I guess I didn't pay too much attention to it. I don't know, bro. Yeah, because I like money. Watching it. It's all futuristic. He's upgraded.
Yeah,
that's $100 million worth
of
a studio.
But it's too much. He needs to have I don't know. He needs to change the colors.
Yeah, put the katana back. Put the werewolf back.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I don't.
I mean, who the fuck are we to tell Joe Rogan how to run his podcast?
He's like, I'm so rich. Yeah, we.
Like, who the fuck are we to judge?
Oh my god!
You know what, Joe Rogan? You do you, man. You do you.
We're a bunch of morons.
Yeah.
As if he's ever gonna listen to this. Jesus Christ!
Oh.
This has been a struggle of episode, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad, but
we
I think
still had some shit to talk about.
Maybe we might skip a week next week just to give it a revitalize.
Yeah, I feel like we need a bit of a.
Because this week
was a
between the last one, not much nothing's really happened, or at least I haven't been looking at anything. So. And
I guess maybe like just having that extra week will give us a bit more time to sort of
get more psyched into it.
Yeah. You know, it'd be. I think we do need that because we've been doing it. This is our 12th episode. We've done 3 episodes before this as well, so we've been doing consistently for like 15 weeks now. 15 weeks.
Yeah, and it's just I don't know. I feel nervous sometimes doing an episode like this where you feel like it just might be a bit of a waste to listen.
Yeah,
like you're not giving it as much energy as you potentially could if you did leave it a week. But it is that fine line between consistency and giving something that you're proud of. It's difficult.
It is.
Because
it is.
Yeah, like last week we're very enthusiastic. This week it's just kind of like we didn't have
it's hard.
Close to anything up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's all right. It's I don't know. It's good.
You have Netflix?
Keep going. Yes.
Man, you need to watch. There's this movie that came out the other day. It's called I'm Thinking of Ending Things.
Shit.
It's very good. Please watch it. It's like the biggest. Sorry.
What's it about?
It's like the biggest mindfuck. I don't want to give away.
Is it like Black Mirror? Because I can't handle stuff like that.
No. It's not like that.
It's too much.
It's not like that. But it's a very good movie. Very good movie. It's a long movie. It goes for like 2 hours and like 15 minutes or something. So it is a fairly long movie, but it's good. It's about this 2 couple. They've been dating for not too long, only like a couple of months or something. But they're going to meet his family. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say because it's one of the most stylistically different movies I've seen in a while. Like it's very different.
Okay. But it's like a head spinner, like a...
Yes. Like you're always trying to
like
guess.
An Inception style, kind of
You're always trying to guess what's... Because like weird shit starts to happen. You're like, is it the parents? Is it the chick? Is it the guy? What's going on? You're trying to guess the whole time.
I mean, I love movies like that give me a head scratcher.
Very good, man. Very good. Highly recommend it.
Because I've been through a period lately where I just watch action films, dead brain action films. I'm getting so sick of that shit. I'm getting so sick of that shit. I need some like mind-blowing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like even watching, like, I don't know if you ever got into like BoJack Horseman or anything like that.
Yes. Netflix.
That's one of the best things I've ever seen because it's
I've only
so
seen
visceral, bro. Like it's so
season,
real.
Yeah.
And it fucking cracks your heart every second episode, man.
But then it gets a bit dark as well sometimes.
Yeah,
like,
very dark. But see, I like watching that.
Yeah, me too.
And at a like last week, I finished it all last week, but before that, for however many weeks leading up, I was watching that and then the Umbrella Academy. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, I haven't seen it, but I know it.
You should watch the Umbrella Academy.
It's good.
It's like just a hilarious superhero time travel crazy.
Oh really? I haven't
crazy
seen
shit, man.
I haven't seen it.
You should definitely watch it. It's good stuff. But yeah, I don't keep up with Netflix enough, man. Like I'll be off Netflix for 6 months, come back for maybe 2 months, watch everything, and then be off for another 6 months. Because it's so easy to watch everything.
Yeah, I watch a lot more shit on YouTube because it's just
literally
easy.
YouTube shows you so much more.
Yeah.
And Netflix, man, I'll scroll for 20 minutes.
Yeah, but and then you're like,
I don't want to fucking watch
it's too late now.
I don't want to watch anything, man.
That's it.
Anyway,
Oh well, do we want to end the episode here?
Potentially, yeah. This will be a shorter one. Sorry if it's a shite listen, but we'll, can't be good every time.
Yeah.
Podcasting, it's
No, it's alright. It wasn't too bad. Let's not be too harsh on ourselves.
No.
Wasn't too bad.
Yeah, we're trying to beat ourselves up too much, I guess. Anyway, well, thanks for listening. We'll catch you on the next episode if we make one at all.
No, we'll definitely make one. Maybe not next week, but
we might skip a week depending on how we feel.
Yeah, we'll let you guys know.
Even though no one's going to be paying attention.
Yes.
Who are we gonna let know?
I don't know. I'll text a few people. Yeah, mate. Sorry mate.
Oh, I didn't even realise you were doing it weekly. I was like, oh, thanks. Anyway, guys, we'll catch you next time. See you later.
Bye, guys.